Hello fellow couriers. Well, I thought I'd give you an update because I'm now doing into my second week. I did half a week last week and I'm halfway through my first week. But before I let you know how I've done, I want to give a shout out to Tall Man Small Van, who I spoke to on the phone a couple of times, and he's given me lots and lots of good advice and insight. So thank you very much for that help. It's really appreciated, and I've took quite a bit of it on board too. Your advice has been really useful. And of course Neil at Neptune, who's been very helpful as well, and sending me copies of his invoice books that he uses and everything like that. So all of that help has been welcome and it's been most appreciated. So after last week having a mess about and seeing what it was like and dipping my toes in, not really being bothered much what I earned because I just thought I'd try and have a little bit more serious look at it this week. So I made sure that over the weekend I got myself a job for the Monday morning, and I lined up a long wheelbase job from Bury, which is only around the corner from me really, 6 or 7 miles away, and it was going up to I can't remember where it went now. Oh, Leeds, that's right, Leeds. And I bid quite good strong money on it because long wheelbase and traffic would be heavy, and I got the job. And it was a bit of a pain because it was taking fire sprinkler equipment like pipes and things like that to the market in Leeds. And when I got there I couldn't find anybody, and then the contractor wasn't on site at the time, and basically I had to wait for quite a while. So I rang them and told him that, you know, I'm going to wait, what do you want me to do? And he basically agreed to pay some waiting time, so that was happy. And then after about an hour, guy turned up, got me unloaded, and I was on my way. However, disaster befell me. It was really busy on the feed, and bloody windscreen wiper flew off. I think because I parked it under a tree, a load of sap had got it stuck, and when I went to wash my windscreen, it flew off into the road in Leeds somewhere. So I spent the best part of an hour mucking about trying to get hold of one because it's specific to the van, and in the end I ended up going to a Citroen dealership and waiting about in there for a bit, and I got one. So that put me back a bit, but never mind. Anyway, a job come up then. I bid in on a few jobs in Leeds. I was at kind of the Bradford end of Leeds, and this job came up again for a long wheelbase van, and it was going to Rotherham. So I put, you know, a good strong bid in, what I think is a strong bid, you know, certainly well over £1.10 a mile. And I got a phone call back asking me what kind of weight can my van take. So I told him, I said, well, that's excellent. The trouble is there's 2 pallets of a similar weight. Do you fancy doing both trips? So that would mean going to Bradford, pick up this, go to Rotherham, come back to Bradford, do it again. So I said, yeah, I'd do that, but obviously I'm going to have some dead miles coming back. So he agreed that he'd pay kind of half the rate for the dead miles back to Bradford. So it turned out to be quite a good price I got for that. So by the time I'd done that, he was knocking on, it was probably pushing 4 o'clock, as in Rotherham. I wasn't in the mood for looking for something else. I thought I'd have a glance, see if I get anything back towards my end. I couldn't. I just went home. It took me about an hour to get home, but the day wasn't bad, you know, really. If you say you're setting targets and things like that, I haven't really got a target, but I'd like to do about 200, and I fell just slightly shy of the 200, but that's not bad. First day, I was quite happy. And on the way home, I saw jobs coming out, and I secured myself another job with the same firm. Basically, he rang me when I was on the way home, the guy who did all the fire sprinkler stuff, and said, look, I've got another job going out tomorrow. It's going to Meadowhall. Do you fancy doing it? And he offered me a good price. I'm sure he's getting an even better price, but I was more than happy with that price. So, and I went then, picked it up in the morning. I took it to the Meadowhall. There was absolutely no problem. I took it to the service area, pressed the security, let me in. The guy come out and met me. The 2 guys unloaded me really quickly, signed the stuff, done and dusted. Now Tuesday I didn't intend to do a long day because I had a rehearsal with my band, a gig, sorry, last night, and I want to make sure I was back in plenty of time. So I did consider, should I go home, but there was nothing coming out of Sheffield going my way. So I thought I'll have a slow drive up the M1 towards Leeds, and I picked up a job in Leeds going to Wythenshawe in Manchester. It wasn't a long wheelbase job, and I got £1 a mile for it, and it was happy. I was happy with that. It got me back nice and early. I was home for like 2:30, and really pleased that I earned that money. So on Wednesday, today, I had no commitments, and I thought I'm going to try and get myself a decent day, and I've had a very, very good day by what I think is my standards. I was considering on a tramp, but I decided not to and come home because I made decent money. So again, I booked myself a job in for the morning, and this is from Bury as well, and it was from a ventilation company taking those like ductings, I think, the big circular aluminium looking pipes, and I took them to Knutsford in Cheshire, just the other side of Manchester Airport. Traffic was a bit grim, probably should have took an hour. It took me about an hour and 40 minutes, but you can't do anything about traffic. Got it delivered and signed for no problem. Now I'm thinking, is it going to be a lot of work in Knutsford? But you're not far away from Warrington, and you're not too far from Manchester Airport. I hang about here for a bit, and then the old look changed. I saw an ADR job popped up on my feed. Now I'm ADR trained, and I'm licensed for ADR. The van's kitted out for ADR, as you can see, in fire extinguishers there, and there's one at the back. I've got my spill kit, everything like that. And it was from Runcorn, which was about 30 minutes away from where I was parked, and it was going to north of York, YO42. It was right in the middle of nowhere. It was a small van job, it was one pallet, but I thought I'm going to bid for it anyway, and I put a good bid in, over £2 a mile, and they rang me and they gave me the job. So I didn't have a clue what people are charging for ADR, and I got that job and took that to this place in York. It took me 2 hours to drive there. Got there, not a problem, found the place really easily. It was in the middle of nowhere, absolutely in the middle of nowhere, but it was good money. So at that kind of price, I'm not moaning. But then I come out of there and I kind of parked up on a lay-by because I needed to use a little boy's room, and I thought I'd have a snaffle of my sandwiches, and a job popped up on the feed, and it was York, YO31, and it was going to YO61. It was not far, it's like 17 miles, and I thought I'm just going to throw a cheeky bid on that, and I did it. I put a cheeky bid in. It was well over £2 a mile at that kind of rate, because at the end of the day I've set a minimum that I'm not going to move from is £40, and I threw a bid of 45 on. I thought I wasn't bothered if I didn't get it, and they rang me and I got it, and I had to go to Travis Perkins in York, load up some plasterboard and some bags of sand, plaster and things like that, and take it to a very small house building place in YO61. I don't know what the area's called, but again, it was pretty remote. Did it dead easy. When I got there, all the lads on site just unloaded me really quickly, and thought, right, what shall I do now? Nothing coming out around here. I'll head towards the A1. I'll start heading towards these. If something pops up coming back, I'll do it. Nothing was coming up going my way home. There's lots of work still popping up, a lot of stuff coming out for tomorrow. And then as I got past Bradford, I saw a job for Huddersfield, and it was going to Littleborough. It's only 17 miles. It was a small van job, a small parcel. And I thought, you know what? I'm going that way. I'm just going to break my rule. I'm just going to say, I'll do that for 25 quid because it's just on my way. So I popped in, picked up this small parcel from like a chemist, and I took it to Littleborough, which was 4 miles from my house, and I'm now parked up round the corner from my house because I've just got all my pods and everything like that, and I'm busy looking for something for tomorrow, but I'm not worried. But then I noticed a job came up, and I didn't notice the date. I thought it was for tomorrow, and it was another ADR job, and it was going from M27, which is like Swinton area of Manchester, to just north of Chester. I think it was 55 miles. So I bid on it at £2 a mile, just a bit over actually, and they've rang me and they're giving me, but I didn't notice the date. It was for Friday. It's Friday morning, but I've got a really nice job to start me off on Friday morning at 8 o'clock, and that's going to just north of there. So the ADR work is coming through, it is popping up, and it appears to me there's not a lot of ADR drivers on here. So you can ask what I think is good money, and it's the same kind of money that my ex-employer has offered me per mile to do work for him, and he hasn't given me any yet, despite saying he would anyway. So all in all, I'm quite pleased with how it's gone. I've made a few schoolboy errors. On Friday I took a job to Shropshire, right in the middle of nowhere. I should have asked for better money for that job, because there was just nothing around there at all. I got a bit of handling money because it was like a lot of handball, but even for the money I got for it, the dead miles, and I ended up driving towards kind of Wrexham, Chester way to see if I could pick something up. I could either have gone east towards Birmingham or north towards there, so I went north towards there. When I started picking stuff on the feed, I pulled over, and then somebody out of the blue rang me and said, "Oh, we've seen that you're available for work. We've got a job in Rill, needs to go to Liverpool." And like a dick, I said, no, I'm sorry, I'm not interested, I'm going back to Manchester. But I really should have done that job, because I didn't get anything else on Friday after that. I kind of sulked and went home. But if they're ringing me, I could have asked a decent price, pay me to go to Rill and pick it up and then take it to Liverpool, and I probably could have got some decent money, because they wouldn't have rang me, I'm assuming, if they had anyone else in the area anyway. So that's a lesson learned, and one I'll take note of in the future. And another little lesson I've learned is this: if you put a bid in, say at my minimum of £40, and it's for something going literally around the corner, and then they ring you up and say, "Oh, could you do that for such a price?" I say no, because the way I figure it is that if they'd had a cheaper quote, they'd have gone with that anyway, wouldn't they? So I must have been the best quote at the time, otherwise they'd have give it. So I just say, "No, I'm sorry, I can't." And in this case, when that happened, they give me the job anyway. So they're probably just trying it on a bit, just to knock down the price, that's business, I suppose, nothing personal. But so I'm just going to stick with my guns and say, no, I'm sorry, that's the lowest I can go. So on the whole, it's been quite positive, and it wouldn't have been as positive without the advice and help of everyone that's given me advice. I've had to, when I went to Travis Perkins, because I was going to a building site, they said I need a hard hat, and I didn't think of getting one. So I've paid £4.50 for this hard hat, but I might grow myself a tash and audition for the Village People. It might be a nice quirk for our band, you never know, it might fit in. But I needed it, so I've got it. I've got to find somewhere to keep it without it rolling about now. I suppose I'll find a bracket for it in the back of the van. But on the whole, it's been pretty positive, and I've been quite happy. There's been pitfalls, there's been, times when it's been seemed quiet and I'm not getting anything, and you despair a bit when none of your bids come in, but it's, it seems quite a busy feed. I think maybe I am lucky living in this area, and the advice that Tallman gave me, I don't know your name properly. I should actually not just call you Tallman, should I? To say stick along that M62 corridor and you'll make a living. He's pretty right. But I don't mind travelling distance, especially if I can pick up some more of this ADR work. And this guy who's given me the job for Friday said, look, if you do a good job and everything works out all right, there's enough in that at that price you're quoting for me to get a drink out of it, and you're obviously happy with the price you're putting in, I'll keep you in mind for other work. So that's a good contact to have, isn't it? So all in all, happy. I'm going to keep watching your videos, lads. Neil at Neptune, there's not a dog's chance would I give my van that kind of treatment. It'll get a wash. I normally pull into the little Iranian fellas near me and give them a tenner to wash me van. I am no way going to treat it to all that stuff you're doing it. No way. I admire your perseverance, but it's a working vehicle, mate. It's just got to look clean and tidy for me. Nothing else. Everyone stay safe on the roads, and everyone, I hope you do really well. And any advice is still welcome, because obviously I'm not the finished article. I have much to learn, Grasshopper, and I'll keep watching all your videos with great interest. You all take care.